was big house, palatial house. That's why in coastal Karnataka you see big house, one or two people living. A psychological reaction, remaking the power experience. Now we rebuild that. So that was response to the indebtedness coming back. The support is cooperative. Focus on agriculture and other allied. So we have a lot of sources here. Areca, coconut, banana, pepper, cocoa, fisheries, jasmine, so many crops, sustainable and also cash crops, and therefore cooperative function here. Therefore, we identify the growth of this coastal Karnataka level cooperatives. One is the expansion from the basics. Second one is marketing and processing cooperatives. Campo is a very good example we have. Then we have diversification and modernization. Now, why it is a major success in coastal area? Improved market access for plantation growers. Campo is an example here. Interfacing of processing, marketing and value addition, we all need to do. Not only the collection only, but marketing system they would do. Strong local cooperative identity, that is why I say very psyche of the people is cooperativeness, irrespective of whatever be the caste or religion, people will work together. It's only the story recent because of the political troubles we have. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Muslim, Hindus, tribal classes. But basic local people are with a cooperative mind. Linking with the rural livelihood. Most of these crops are related to the livelihood, not anything coming here and going back. Rather, it is here local. Therefore, the strength of the cooperative movement in coastal Karnataka lies in remarkable diversification across various economic activities and its institutional stability. How? Cooperative banking, availability. Example, we have NCDCC, very successful enterprise in coastal Karnataka today. Then urban cooperative banks. Specialized center for cooperatives. Different sectors have come in cooperatives. You have fisheries cooperatives, agricultural marketing cooperatives, you have weaver cooperatives, jasmine growers cooperatives, self-help groups, also the Street Shakti, another movement is also there. Because of this collaboration, the very mentality here is supporting. Progressive legislation from Karnataka state government that also gave the support to this. Challenges are there like everywhere, let's not focus on that. Why it is favorable to the crop? Why is the crop structure here? Arrangement, cocoa, pepper, coconut, all these are market oriented support. Community and social networking, where a strong local tradition of self-help and group cooperation that is there in the soil that is helping. Proximity to market and also the port access in Manglore. Supporting policy of course we mentioned. So therefore we have a significant impact of this cooperative here. Rural financial inclusion is there. Very much. A lot of PhD studies have been conducted on this, especially the self-help group or the cooperative. A lot of these are there. Inclusion. Economic empowerment, especially of the women through the cooperative that has come through. Social capital, cooperative. Mutual trust among the people, the mind of working together, the mind of contributing towards the cooperative. This social capital is very rich in coastal Karnataka, which if you go to the other places, people doubt. The moment you start something, There's a doubt that they will collect the cheap and run away, which is not here. So trust is there, the social capital that is here. So there is a role of cooperatives in economic development, the final level of understanding how it has contributed to the development. The previous points are elaborated here, providing credit and financial inclusion, and they got a lot. Faster social development is there in the region. Marketing, agriculture and plantation produce. Value addition and processing of the same products that is there. Employment generation. Actually, people need not migrate. Generation of employment is there, but because of the attraction of more money, monetary benefit, people migrate. Otherwise, it is there. Women empowerment is fast. Supporting fisheries and marine economy. Promoting rural infrastructure and social capital, we already mentioned about. There are challenges. Challenges are everywhere. The policy itself is a challenge. Religious ideology mentality itself can be another challenge, but we will not speak it aloud. We are trying to speak about it. But challenges are. In spite of the challenges, the cooperative framework remains central to the economic resilience of rural coastal Karnataka. Are not merely business entities, they are social enterprises that integrate finance, production, marketing and welfare. They have reduced rural poverty and indebtedness. Strengthen the farmer and fisher bargaining power. Even the vote bank it has become today. They are the bargaining people. Promoted rural industries and value addition and contributed significantly to regional development and social cohesion. Hence, the cooperative movement forms the backbone of the rural economy in coastal Karnataka, enabling inclusive and sustainable growth and development. Maybe this is the last slide. Beyond finance and trade, cooperatives contribute to the democratic and self-reliant character of the rural community in coastal Karnataka. Democratic governance, where the leadership has come up because of this cooperative. Capacity building is taking place and resource mobilization is happening here. I think with this I close. Thank you. Right on time. I have not wasted time. Therefore, you also don't waste time in asking questions. If at all you ask, you can raise some questions. There are senior staff here, born and grown and developed in coastal Karnataka. They can respond to that. Please, over to you, the chairperson. You have to answer. Now you have to answer. Oh my. Or Bhaiya will answer you. That is what I said. It is not a gift, it is not a present. It is an obligation in the rural area. One cannot celebrate anything without the support of the other. So you contribute, it is recorded. It is not a present, it is not a gift. Concept does not fit very well into cooperative. It does. You differ in the modern concept. higher ಕೊಡೋದು, cover ಇಡೋದು, it's a modern country. But earlier it was, it's an obligation, you have to keep in writing and you have to return the other family. No, foreign family within the Kanike Hore is within the family. Kanike. Okay. That's another concept. But the point here is, very psychology of cooperation towards it existed. Even today it is existing. The one neighboring house function is going on. All the neighbors not coming for lunch alone. 1 week they are there working for them. I have done it. At this age also, including digging and leveling and everything, I have done it. Join for cooking work, cutting work, everything. Done it. Even today it is there. Catering system will come later on, but what I am saying is, very psyche of people of cooperation exists. And from there it continues. Now because everybody has money, people don't require. So it continues. Sir, you want to?
I fully agree with Sir. ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಮದುವೆಗಳು ಶಾಲೆಗಳ ಹಾಲ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು ಶಾಲೆ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಮರೈತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಿತ್ತು. ರಾಮರೈತರ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಮದುವೆ ನಡೀತಿತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಈಜಿಪ್ತಿನ ಈ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಈಗ ಕುರಿಯರು ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತಿದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ಆಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಕಣ್ಣ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕೂಡ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಬರೀತಿದ್ರು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಶೇರ್ ರೆಸಿಪ್ರಿಕೇಟ್. ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕೂಡ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಯಾರು ಕೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹುಡುಗಿಯರ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡುವ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
More questions? Take my seat. Thank you very much, and thank especially Dr. Pai for giving me the opportunity to talk to you and
Representative organization written and dedicate to that. Good afternoon, everybody. I am most privileged to share this endowment lecture that is on my own teacher, that is Professor G.K. Carroll. In the absence of another teacher at the AQ level, that is Sir Joseph Professor. Both are the teachers for me at the degree level and postgraduate level. With advice level of the market, I wanted to be free in seminars like this. So I came without any preparation and all that. But I enjoyed this session because of very informative information which was given by Vivekananda sir. Another great personality and also great psychologist in Karnataka and especially Manglore University region. As well as Professor Kukke to say, he was very good lecturer and also very helpful to the teachers. He guided very much. Many of his students are here only. They and myself, Professor Richard Payal, many other students are there. He was very helpful and also he taught us about theory. Theory, sociology theory is very ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸುವಂತ my favorite subject also now. ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸುವಂತ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಥಿಯರಿ ಅನ್ನು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟವರು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಜಿಕೆ ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಂಡೋಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ನಾವು ಪಾಠ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯಿತು. Then about inner assessment has been explained very nicely, especially the differences between rural economy and development. And what was there in the past, how especially cooperation between the rural people was there in the rural area. Now suddenly we are the witness party because even now I now know such a that book is that as to literally as well as my knowledge goes, especially to having the expectation of the marriage that is to be given. Because at that time many rural people are in poor, so helping to back the expectation of the marriage, there was good president was there. As far as business, yes, nowadays we are spending lavishly for the marriage function, so there is no need of such a kind of movie and all that. It has become a prestige issue. Anyway, at that time, it was one of the very important sources of income to back the marriage expenditure. Anyway, I'm very happy to be part of this DK Karnataka environment lecture. Thank you for the instant opportunity. Thank you all. And thank you once again, Professor Vivekananda, for very good information as far as rural economy and rural development is concerned. Thank you. ಈಗ ರೂರಲ್ ಇಕಾನಮಿ ಅಂಡ್ ರೂರಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೆಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿನಯರಾಜ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಸರ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೆಷನ್ ಚೇರ್ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸುನೀತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮರಣಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಅನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಈ ಹೊತ್ತಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮುಕ್ತಾಯಗೊಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇದೀಗ ಊಟದ ವಿರಾಮ. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ 1:30 ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಸೇರ್ತೇವೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ 1:30 ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರ್ತೇವೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. Today's session chair, Dr. Guy P.N., Assistant Professor, Department of Sociology, University College Manglore. I also welcome today's rapporteur, Dr. Vidya S., HOD Sociology, Vivekananda College, Autonomous School. Now, over to Dr. Vidya Madam. There are 11 papers here. ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಬನ್ನಿ come friend. Fill the chairs. Come friend. Please come friend. Everybody here are meeting the part of this now. We are continuing with the paper presentation. Please note the presenters, please note presentation, introduction, objectives, methodology, findings of the suggestions. Actually conclude my 5 minutes each. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು 3 ಗಂಟೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ 2 now. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ 6 ಜನರ ಪೇಪರ್‌ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್‌ನ 6 ಜನರ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಮತ್ತು ಉಳಿದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ಗಳು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನನಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲವರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ನ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಹೆಸರುಗಾರ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದರ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಎಲ್, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನಲ್ ಡೈನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ is going to present on this topic.
Mr. Chair, delegates, and my dear students. My research topic is school culture, organizational dynamics, and student success. We know that the mixed method of empirical study investigate how school culture and organizational structure. In this regard, I understand and study about the various schools surrounding Kukke districts. The important objectives of my studies is the qualifying the traditional power of school culture, organizational dynamics as studied in academic growth, identifying the mediators or effective moderator, teaching culture in stimulating the leadership, and providing the policy and practice oriented the recommendation for the school level intervention to improve the study progress. For the studies, by taking these objectives, I take my background studies about the school that is not only building, but it is a cultural and organizational sector which molds the personality of the child. When I take these studies, I take some hypothetical and qualitative studies like primary research questions as well as secondary research questions. The methods that relate between the school culture and the student success. Organization leaders help student success. How organization sector may include, it may be a head of the institution as well as teachers, everyone, and also planning. In my studies, I take the sample of secondary schools, start from 5 to 10, in Udupi districts. Around 20 schools, it includes private, public, approximate 120 students. My expected findings and suggestions are higher positive schools, cultural sports, and collaborative organizations. Dynamics will be associated with the greater student academic growth. Teacher collaborative and institutional leadership will mediate the relationship between the school culture and student progress. Technology like AI also adopted for the development of the personality of the child. Effects may be stronger in the schools with a stable leadership as well as reinforce the teacher, professional leadership and communities. My final suggestion is that by the development of the personality of the child, it may be management, teachers, everyone should understand about the technology and also adopt it at the ICT level of teaching. Thank you. Thank you.
Any questions?
Clarify the concept. We are not clarifying the concept. We are doing culture.
The school culture is, it is not like a building, sir. It provides some framework about the after education, what kind of job opportunities there for the child.
Culture itself. What are the things that you teach, whether curriculum, all those things, I did not cover.
Yes, it includes the teaching methodology and also yes.
What is meant by culture? Study means clarify the concept is very important.
Yes.
This is how do we understand? You want to hear what culture.
Yes. Actually, school culture is different from different. It may be village level, it may be a private school, public school. It is different. Yesterday, they said we should conclude within 5 minutes. That's why.
You were outside. So the that is very important.
Yes.
You have to know what are the factors.
Sure.
Good and all. So, I see outside my 1 minute.
Is Irene below. She is going to present a paper on medical violence among the professional women in Dakshina Kannada, a socio-level analysis of nature, factors and consequences.
Good evening to you all. My topic for my research is marital violence among professional women in Dakshina Kannada, a social level analysis of nature, factors and consequences. Violence against women is a complex, deep-rooted and socially accepted phenomenon. It is entrenched into the lives of the people due to the impact of patriarchal setup, cultural and religious beliefs, power relations and economic power imbalance. Patriarchy is an ideological construct which considers men as superior to women at all levels, be it economic, social, cultural, or political. Violence against women is rampant in all corners of the world and alarmingly increasing day by day all over the world, irrespective of country, religion, educational, and social levels. Women have been the victims of all sorts of violence in the family, especially in marriage and home. They are subjected to whole lot of injustice, ill-treatment and violence by husband and his family members with an intention to control her movements, speech, thinking and questioning ability, finance and herself and to fulfill their intentions and needs. Hence, in order to study the prevalence, nature, positive factors and impact of marital violence, this study is conducted among the professional women of the methodology. Touchstone district is the universe for the study. The study sample is of the 300 married professional women who have experienced marital violence. These 300 cases are related. Primary data is collected through interview. Secondary data is collected from referring various books written on the basis of studies conducted by various sociologists, academicians, psychologists, as well as census figures, various survey figures also provide ample evidence to prove that violence against professional married women is rampant and in contemporary society. This study offers a comprehensive analysis of the demographic characteristics and life experiences of 300 professional women in National Canada, with particular emphasis on the prevalence, nature, and consequences of marital violence. Findings of the study: predominantly middle-aged, that is 41 to 60 age group, that is 81%, highly educated, graduates and postgraduates, 95+%, urban 61.2%, largely Christian 69.1%, mostly in nuclear families 66.9%, and employed white collar professions, that is the teaching 31.9%, medical 12%, engineering 8.6%, administration 9.5%, and so on. A majority of respondents, that is 51%, currently cohabitating with their husbands, indicating that they live in ongoing marital relationships. A significant majority of professional women are living independent houses. Safety at home. All the respondents do not feel safe in their marital homes. Insecurity is attributed mainly to husband, 63.8%. Husband plus in-laws, 26.2%, and in-laws, 10%. Pervasive violence. 100% of the respondents reported experiencing marital violence, cutting across education, employment, and economic stability. Forms of abuse often overlapping. Psychological and economic abuse most common, 28.5%. Onset and frequency. Abuse begins early or most within first year, 26.6%. Frequency is often daily, 26.6%. Of unpredictable. Situational for a majority sustaining chronic fear. Police legal response. Only 11.5% lodged police complaints. Outcomes were often mixed or negative. Limited action, bias, escalation. Few reported sustained positive health. Contributing factors of marital violence on professional women respondents. Here, percentage is given. Main reasons are there: extramarital affair and manipulative and controlling nature, alcoholic habit. All these are the factors contributing to the marital violence. Feelings of anxiety and confusion are prevalent emotional variables among women experiencing marital violence. Following the confrontation of violence, the most prevalent changes observed was an increase in the aggressiveness of the abuser, as reported by 40.5% of the respondents. Substantial majority of women, 74%, did not communicate their experiences to their families, potentially due to fear, stigma, or a lack of trust. 26.6% of respondents reported experiencing abuse on a daily basis, rendering daily abuse the most prevalent pattern. 75.7% not experienced physical injury, but other types of violence were ongoing. 24.3% experienced physical injury. 10.2% not medical care, 14.1% not. A significant majority of respondents, 98.4%, reported not feeling safe and secure in their marital homes. 42.8% considered departing from their marital family, while a slight majority. 57.2% did not. This comparative findings suggest that results of this study are largely in line with national and international literature indicating A persistent pattern of non-disclosure, emotional distress, situational unpredictability of abuse, and a limited but significant rate of injury among professional women subjected to marital violence. This highlights the importance of targeted interventions addressing both psychological and socio-cultural barriers in this demographic. Suggestions and recommendations. The study recommends creating awareness on gender sensitization from home, schools, college, and workplaces, and for all the professionals to treat men and women equal by worth and dignity. Pre-marital training programs should be organized and made compulsory to community efforts for NGO intervention and made compulsory to couples to enter into marital relationships. Establishing fast-track courts to expedite judicial procedures and one-stop centers functioning 24/7. Provide support and resources for survivors of abuse, including safe spaces, counseling, and legal assistance. Promote egalitarian values and empower women, equipping them to face and overcome their individual challenges. The research suggests that victims establish support groups like self-help groups to help domestically abused women cope with their challenges of domestic violence. Shelters and safe houses. Shelters and safe houses provide a temporary refuge for women escaping violent situations. These facilities offer safety, counseling, and support services. Providing information on digital security can help women protect themselves online and also to report the violence in right time. Educational revolution is needed in the school curriculum to inculcate right mindset, empathetic behavior, and responsibility. Conclusion. The study concludes that marital violence among professional women in Western Canada is shaped by diverse personal, behavioral, and social relational factors with controlling behavior, manipulative tendencies, and extramarital affairs being major contributors. Emotional impacts are significant as substantial proportions of respondents reported feeling of shame, anxiety, and confusion, reflecting a heavy psychological burden. Despite experiencing abuse, many women did not disclose violence to their families, pointing to barriers such as stigma, lack of trust, and perceived inadequacy of family support. Violence manifested in unpredictable and frequent patterns over a quarter of women facing daily abuse, and nearly one-fifth suffering physical injuries as a result. Unpredictable abusers rarely leads to positive change, with most abusers displaying increased aggression or continuing their prescribed behaviors. The findings of the study highlight the urgent need for targeted interventions that focus on psychological support, robust family and community network, and multidimensional strategies to address and prevent marital violence against professional women in the region. Thank you.
You have said that violence against women is more among Christians. If you compare
No, not more enough. My respondents were mostly Christians. Yeah.
how did you take the respondent?
Respondent is,
How did you select the
yeah, is a probable sampling method. I have been working as a family counselor since 3 decades, and I have counseled more than 400-500 women who were in distress. So I have taken them as the respondents. At the same time, from my contacts, with various colleges, schools, I have taken respondents from there.
You have said that about violence against professional women.
Yeah.
Do you mean to say that non-professional women are not?
No, I am not saying that. My subject limits me to only respondents to select respondents from that category, professional women. Because already many researches have been done on women, violence against women. Professional women studies are not done. So many studies are not done. So it is my initiative to find out whether, because there is a understanding that violence is there only among lower education level women and those who are unemployed. But this study proves that even among professional women, violence is there, marital violence, and especially psychological, emotional violence economic violence, and sexual violence is more than physical violence.
I think because the women are employed, they pose a challenge to the husband. That's why they more violent.
I think they have become aware of their rights.
However,
Yeah.
more
It's a good sign.
Yeah. Because now we find that women are more educated, better employed than
Yes,
husband.
yes.
So naturally they pose a challenge to that.
It is not challenging, it's equality. Equality because if a woman goes out works and earns for her family and comes to the family and again works full time for her family and the husband is not cooperating with her, instead he again tortures her or taunts her, then inequality itself is there.
No, what is your background? Are you a sociologist?
Yeah, I'm a social worker.
Social worker?
Yeah.
Now in sociology, there is a concept called competition of the sexes.
Okay.
And everyone is called competition of sexes. Because if the wife is PhD, husband also wants to make PhD. He wants to compete with the wife. So now we find that this concept is very strong in the family.
Yeah.
We have to analyze this concept.
Okay.
That's why it may be more among the professional women than non-professional. So anyway, that's a good study.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Dr. Subrahmanya, Assistant Professor, Government Trustee College for Women, Vivekananda. She is going to present the paper on sociological study on menstrual hygiene of female students in government colleges. Good afternoon, one and all. We have to be here on the concept. This is a research study based on sociological study on menstrual hygiene of students in government colleges and the implication of artificial intelligence in handling their menstruation. So basically, as you all know, menstruation is a process that each and every woman face, right from menarche to menopause. So almost it is like 40 decades of her life, she will be undergoing menstruation. So the main objective of this research is overall analyzing or understanding the menstrual hygiene aspects with reference to female students in government colleges. And second, how well students make use of artificial intelligence in understanding menstrual hygiene issues. Now, when it comes to the general aspects of, the sample undertaken was around 250 students in and around Manglore city, the colleges, government colleges are situated in and around Manglore city. And here, when it comes to the general aspects of menstrual hygiene, you can see that the majority of them are using menstrual pads. 31% of them are still using the old cloth wrapping, and many of them, even though they are aware of the usage of menstrual, only 2% of the entire population in our research study were using menstrual pads. Apart from that, when it comes to personal hygiene, most of the students were having milk twice. I mean, they were having bath twice a day. 7% of them were having only once. And also, when it comes to the disposal of menstrual pads, you can see that this is quite alarming to note that in government colleges, girls nearly 62% of them are retaining the menstrual pads for more than 6 months. This is very alarming, but because even the World Health Organization has in its SOP or its protocol has strictly mentioned that the menstrual pads should not be retained for more than 6 hours and it can cause bacterial infection and also fertility issues among the girls and women. And for shocking to know that for a number of reasons, like it could be poor infrastructure or facilities in the colleges or a little bit of their personal issues like laziness, or many of them are unaware of the fact that this has to be done on a periodic basis. This is related to the general aspects of how they manage their menstrual aspects. Now, when it comes to application of artificial intelligence for handling menstrual issues, you may wonder what is there behind the artificial intelligence and its implementation in handling menstrual issues. We have taken up two aspects in our questionnaire. One is accurate menstrual cycle track. So just wanted to know whether the students, because many of the times in the government colleges, you notice that students on and off, they leave the college saying that we need to rush home, we have got summer break, we
we have business. I think so those teaching in government colleges, despite the rampant issue where students just simply walk out of college with all these issues related to menstrual issues. And there are vast number of tracks. So we can just wonder why they are not even aware of their menstrual dates, which relates every month. And we have a number of applications these days that are backed by artificial intelligence with a series of questionnaires to track down our menstruation cycle. The 10 days follow so that the girl can be ready with all these necessary tools that are associated with menstrual hygiene. And it was also shocking to see that only 5% of them knew about such applications that can help them to, have the ease in this time. And also, many of the students, around maybe 49% of samples complained of discomfort, cervical, stomach cramps, and a lot of issues that during that time. And also, there are a lot of artificial intelligence and digital therapy for pain management, which hardly 18% of the sample knew about it. So, what I would like to conclude is that artificial intelligence backed applications are large number to facilitate our girl students and females to manage their menstrual hygiene, the menstrual issues in a very effective manner. So I would like to conclude saying that it is not only awareness related to the tools that are required for handling the menstrual hygiene or the periods. It is also necessary for teachers or for a resource person to see that how artificial intelligence tools and applications can help to ease out our girls' issues and problems related to menstrual hygiene. So I would like to conclude saying that. Thank you.
Asking question because don't see that one of our teachers. Because whenever I used to plan this session, I used to ask the audience to ask at least one question. If the audience is not asking, I used to ask. So anyway, thereafter I won't ask you what the last question was asked. There are two questions. One is that because you come from government women's college. So because students are poor. So have you included or studied the concept of period poverty?
I think so. When it comes to the issue of changing facts, I think where I got the concept of period poverty there, many of the students, almost maybe 33% of the sample, they reported that they wanted to save the pads for the next period so that they are not changing in the time gap or time frame of 6 hours. And that I feel substantiates to your statement saying that how period poverty also implies their initiation to change the pads within 6 hours.
The second question is what is women's college? Now in this connection, what the college is doing? Because I see that I was closely associated with Club International. They were a school in Delhi. And the girls themselves prepare team packs of 2 rupees. You don't really see market packs of 8 or 10 rupees. They used to make packs of 2 rupees. And they had a machine to burn the used packs. So that automatically stopped.
Yeah, very. The thing is, we don't have a pad vending machine as such, but in emergency cases, the government also provides sushi pads at nominal rates, and that are given to your cost. And there are some NGOs which come in between and pass programs like the government pads. But it's not a question of where the pads, it's how we regulate them and change them in this system. So that's very good. Thank you.
Beyond the normal days. The serious issue. One thing. Another issue like getting abdominal pain, headache, and any other situation.
In our study and in our college, we noticed that many of the students who are suffering from PCOS and PCOD, they have got
What you have done.
Generally, crimes and heavy bleeding among girls and young female students usually associated with PCOD or PCOS, and the number of these, the cases of students suffering from PCOD and PCOS also is at, it's large. So generally, we invite gynecologists, doctors, and the intake, and also personal hygiene matters a lot, sir, because there is bacterial infection, especially in the cervical area. There are good n number of especially menstrual cramps are associated with bacterial infection. So we on and off listen to that source persons, gynecologists, they come and educate and they orient our students with reference to menstrual hygiene. Research scholars are very interesting way of conversation. Luckily, we have some of the students researchers, they prepare papers. So now, I request Rashmita to present her paper on mental health and well-being in educational spaces.
Mental health is a crucial component of learning and personal development. Students' ability to concentrate, retain information, and perform academically is heavily influenced by their psychological well-being. Poor mental health may result in absenteeism, low engagement, related issues, and reduced social interaction. Mental health significantly impacts academic performance, emotional stability, and also social development. Globally, 20 to 30% of students face stress and anxiety in India. In global level, in India, nearly 70% of students experience a moderate to high stress activity. Teachers and staff also affected due to workload and emotional demands. Study objectives. To identify the prevalence of mental health challenges among students, teachers, and staff. To examine coping strategies employing education in economy. To assess the role of institutional support and resources. And another one, to provide evidence-based recommendations for improving mental health and well-being. The body of the paper among the student mental health. My research indicates that students face multiple stress, including academic pressure, real competition, family expectations, and career uncertainty. A study by Rao and Sharma of 2023 found that 65% of college students reported moderate stress and anxiety levels during examination period. Another survey in India revealed that students from urban areas experience higher social and academic skills compared to the rural counterparts, possibly due to intense competition and societal expectations. For example, a first-year college student may experience stress from adjusting to a new academic expectation, managing time-bound studies, and handling peer pressure without better coping mechanism. This can lead to anxiety or depressive symptoms. For theoretical framework, we saw main three theories. The first one is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It means the psychological well-being in foundational requirement of effective learning and personal development. Students struggling with the anxiety or stress cannot fully focus on higher level education goals. The second one is self-determination theory. It emphasizes on autonomous competence, relatedness, and critical factors in mental health. Students with supportive environment and sense of control report for better emotional well-being. Third one, cognitive behavioral theory. It provides strategies for modifying negative thought patterns to manage anxiety, depression, stress. CBT-based intervention in college house to significantly reduce stress levels. The methodology. For the methodology, I use both secondary and primary data. In primary data, I conducted a Google questionnaire. The total participant was 60 students. The male 27 and female 30. The age of 18 to 35 years, gender balance is 55% and 45% urban and rural representation. The findings was result, the demographic of participants, majority of students aged 18 to 22 years, and equal representation from urban and semi-urban backgrounds. Students moderate stress was 62%, high stress was 15%, and mild stress was 23%. What the students face in education faces in mental health? They face academic pressure, social expectations, career uncertainty, workload and deadlines, emotional demand from students, and administrative challenges. The key findings, recommendations for establishing counseling services, integrating stress management programs in the curriculum, running awareness campaigns, training and encouraging peer support networks. It helps them to update their mental health and well-being of students. I conclude, mental health is a vital for academic success and overall well-being. The stress is prevalent but can be managed effectively with structured support, coping strategies, and a holistic institutional approach. The reference. Thank you.
You have done a good job and so has presented very well. Which class are you?
13.
If you find the anxiety among the boys and girls, if you compare, exam ಬರುವಾಗ ಈ ಹುಡುಗಿಯರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ anxiety ಹುಡುಗರು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದೇನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅದು ಒಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ
ಅದೇ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅವರು 97 ಇದೆ ಅವರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬಸ್ 55% ಆ ಥರ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅವರು 30 46 ಆ ಥರ ಇರ್ತದೆ
ಯಾಕೆ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಈ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಿಗಲ್ಪಡಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ Savita P. She is going to present it on mental health and well-being in educational spaces.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Savita from Vivekananda College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Autonomous. My topic is mental health and well-being in educational spaces. Guided by Dr. IQAC, actually of Sociology Department, Vivekananda College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Autonomous. Introduction. Mental health and well-being have become vital topics in education. Students constantly balance academic demands, social pressure, and personal challenges. Schools and colleges are no longer viewed only as basic knowledge. So, objectives to understand the importance of mental health in enhancing students' overall academic performance and personal development. To identify common mental health challenges faced by students in the education space, such as stress, anxiety, depression, and peer pressure. To evaluate the role of schools and colleges in promoting emotional well-being through policies, counseling, and supportive environments. Methodology. The study relies on secondary data collected from academic journals, government reports, and publications from mental health organizations. The study shows that identify varies in many forms. High level of stress is the sleep patterns, activity, attention span, and motivation. Second, common mental health challenges faced by students. Students today face wide range of mental health challenges. Depression is also prevalent among students. Feeling of sadness, hopelessness, and low self-worth arises due to personal or academic struggle, delay, or lack of emotional support. Another growing concern is anxiety. Students frequently worry about exams, social acceptance, relationships, and future. One of the most common issues among students is academic stress. High competition, heavy workloads, and expectation to perform well can overwhelm learners. Role of schools and colleges in promoting emotional well-being. So, education institutions play a crucial role in shaping student mental health. A supportive environment must also foster inclusivity and belonging. Students from diverse backgrounds, abilities, and identities should be respected and valued. Overall, education institutions must collaborate with families, communities, and mental health professionals to provide holistic support. Their efforts help create a nurturing environment where students can flourish academically, emotionally, and socially. So, result and findings. The findings from the review segment data clearly shows that mental health support in colleges and schools has a meaningful and lasting impact on students' health. The data also highlights that many students struggle with stress, anxiety, depression, and peer pressure. These issues often arise from high expectations, competition, fear of failure, and social challenges that delay and exclusion. The findings demonstrate that when education institutions treat mental health as a priority, students develop greater resilience, better communication skills, and deeper sense of belonging. This not only supports their academic journey but also helps them to grow in emotionally balanced individuals prepared for their future goals. Suggestions. Establish mental health policies and promoting awareness campaigns and counseling and peer group support sessions and the coming conclusion. This study includes the idea that mental health is not separate from academic success, it is deeply connected to it. A student who feels emotionally supported is more likely to perform well, stay motivated, and engage in their learning journey. Therefore, integrating mental health support into the educational framework is essential for nurturing well-rounded individuals who can face life challenges with confidence and positivity. As institutions continue to evolve, prioritizing mental health will remain a key factor in shaping healthier, happier, and more successful students.
This question is not for you, but for your guide. Now I saw Vidya, and I saw two students presenting papers on mental health. This is a psychological topic. Why don't you give some psychological topic?
They are psychology students also, that's why they
That's
first
right.
thing.
Very nice.
One question, since we are reviewing in the reviewing the secondary sources, have you come across online helpline numbers or sites which the government has provided the government ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗಳಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡೆ ಮಂಗಳೂರನ್ನು
Miss Vidya and Sushma, they are going to present paper on mental health in digital age, how schools can promote digital well-being. much feedback for it.
Solution: teach students about healthy online habits, screen time management, and critical thinking about digital content. Incorporate mindfulness or meditation sessions to reduce self-fatigue. Provide easy access to counselors with issues related to social media and online space. In conclusion, while the digital age offers significant benefits in terms of access to information and communication, it also poses serious mental health risks of risk to students. Thank you.
Commercially and faculty. We will present paper of managing stress and anxiety in colleges.
I'm Sanshri. We are from Vivekananda College, Puttur. We are here. We are here to present the seminar on topic managing stress and anxiety in colleges. College is one of the most critical period in every student's life. The students gain knowledge, skills, and show their talent. And stress and anxiety are common emotional responses when students feel overwhelmed by the demands of college life. Stress can be perceived and motivate students to perform better, but acute stress can lead to fatigue, poor concentration, and health problems. Anxiety, on the other hand, is a persistent feeling of fear or worry about future events or outcomes.
Also, religious and education. The workload of public is significantly more involved than the high school workload. This also comes with risk and holding from parents and teachers with challenges others. Saving for attention, status. Behavior problem are one of the most common and serious sources of stress among the college students. The most common higher education has faced significantly overcome fear, and many students struggle to meet other financial needs. Third point, social and peer pressure. College students often face the pressure to fit in or be accepted by other people. This pressure may influence behavior, lifestyle, or feel good. Personal and family conflict relationship problems or education can deeply affect the student focus and mental health. Example, a student with a remote parent or potential because they don't really find encouragement, concentration on studies, learning to read and exercise. The main objects of this paper one, analyzing the social factors related to stress and anxiety among college students. Another object, analyzing how much of students are suffering from exam stress, academic workload, and stress that leads to social anxiety. Then, exploring different strategies for meeting managed stress and anxiety, focusing on social support networks and institutional interaction. They analyze the role of challenges, promoting mental well-being and addressing the mental health. The methodology, the paper is based on both primary and secondary data. Primary data is survey, online preparation and same criteria sources for students of various courses in our college. Assessment consists of mind questions and research evaluation to conclusion. Secondary data was collected from various online resources, including websites, input channels, and focus on process and anxiety in colleges, as well as social interventions for managing these issues. So, we prepared a questionnaire and we prepared the responses. And among them, the first question was, how often do they read testing to academic work?
Most respondents feel stress due to their workload, sometimes 45.9% and 24.3% say that they never feel stress. And 18.9% feel stress often, 10.8% always feel stress. Overall, majority of the respondents experience stress due to academic workload at varying frequency, that is 75.6%. And the social relationships. Social relationships contribute to stress, that is kind of real to family. Most respondents say social relationships contribute to their stress sometimes, that is 51.4%. A significant portion say that they never contribute to stress, that is 29.7%. Only 10.8% say always and 8.1% say often. Financial concerns stress focused college whereas this suggests that over half of the respondents, that is 51.4%, experience stress from financial concerns sometimes, indicating financial worries are a significant stress factor for many relationships.
When is a support system developed? Yes, there are 49.5% of the responses being supported by the mainstream system. Yes, but sometimes 21.6%. Usually they had if there are 18.9. So majority 59.5%. The other friends are supported when there are 3 low. Who need support when the students feel low when they turn for the support group. They are this like 19 response 51.4, Sani 21 response 56.8. Another question: do they believe in other college development support center within 78.4% 29% yes. 21.6% okay, 80% no.
So we found that majority of college students experience related to career job process. 56.8% sometimes, 54.3% often on average. Social relationships can contribute to stress. Daily worries about food and restaurant performance. Support system. Most students feel supported by friends when support feeling low. Family and friends are top source of support. Hardly anyone seeks help from counselors. Mental well-being, 1.1% experience difficulty coping or feelings of hopelessness or restlessness at varying frequency. 43.1% say that sometimes feel fearful about participating in the class or competitions due to fear of being judged. College enrollment, 78.4% believe that college enrollment supports mental well-being. Coping mechanisms, dancing and yoga or breathing exercise are some stress-relieving activities for the students. Overall, college students seem to face stress and anxiety related to academics, career and social relations, but many have support systems like family and friends. However, counselors are hard to utilize. College can also provide counseling services and stress-relieving activities to support students' mental well-being.
Either place where explore other people expand other social network and this people analyze today's climate this and in college. Identify the causes and solutions. It also expands the important impact of college environment, social groups, economic pressure and mental health on studies. College environment plays a significant role in shaping students' mind and personality. Students must learn how to take academic burdens, adapt to new college atmospheres, and manage their stressors without agitation. Thank you.
Anxiety.
going to present paper on wellness in classrooms, strategies for success.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Vivekananda College student. And our presentation topic is wellness in the classroom, strategies for success. In introduction, wellness in the classroom has emerged as a crucial factor in creating students' academic performance. Education goes beyond academic excellence. It aims to create balance in behavior suitable to organization and challenges of life. Students' wellness has become a crucial component of academic success. Wellness in the classroom refers to create an environment that supports physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being of both students and teachers. Teachers play a key role in encouraging good habits such as mindfulness, physical activity, healthy communication, by adopting effective strategies like student management methods, inclusive classroom practices, and balanced the main objectives of this seminar paper are to understand the concept and the importance of wellness in the classroom, to identify factors that influence wellness among students, to explore strategies that promote wellness for successful learning outcomes. We have used secondary research methods. We gather information from existing sources such as books, journals, research papers, and online articles related to wellness in the classroom. This detail of students collect and analyze information that others can use. Let's see the topic detail. The first one is there are some dimensions of wellness in the classroom. Let's see that. The first one is physical wellness, encouraging providing proper nutrition and healthy habits that support learning. For instance, strong physical activity help to improve concentration and energy level. And next one is emotional wellness, helping students to recognize and express happiness, manage fear, teachers can create a safe emotional environment of communication and action. And social wellness, social interaction with engagement and learning. And then mental wellness, stress and anxiety, consider routines, mindfulness activities, and support system. Mental wellness, students are psychologically ready to learn mental health support provided counseling services, peer support groups, or teachers guidance and students to help manage emotional or psychological challenges. And academic wellness. Academic wellness is a way in which students are engaged, motivated, and supported to keep their full potential in learning. Because beyond it, and compare students' ability to manage workload and learn to develop effective study habits. And let's see why balance matters in the classroom. Improve concentration and memory. Students who are learning best physically and emotionally support are better able to focus on lessons and retain information. And greater motivation and creativity. Healthy mind and body boost engagement and encourages activity, creativity, and students practice participate actively in and better classroom relationships. Wellness supports emotional regulation and social skills, fostering positive interaction between students and the teachers. Then higher academic achievement. Students when mental and physical healthy are prioritized. They are more likely to perform well academically and meet their goals. And reduce anxiety and depression. Promoting wellness helps to decrease stress, emotional difficulties, create a safe and more supportive learning environment. And let's see some of the strategies for promoting wellness. The first one is mindfulness activities. Integrate short mindfulness exercises into learning. Encourages students to explore keep mindfulness development and popular norms and rules, and balance academic workload, managing assignments and avoiding excessive pressure towards burnout, plan schedules that improve relationship deadline. Conclusion: balance in the classroom is an essential competition for successful teaching and learning. It enhances students' emotional stability, concentration, and academic achievement by fostering a sense of belonging and purpose. By implementing practical strategies such as mindfulness, communication, and balanced workload, teachers can transform classrooms into a space of growth and positivity. Ultimately, a focus on balance creates not only better learners but also healthier, more resilient individuals prepared for life beyond school. A healthy classroom is one where minds are open to hearts are engaged, and every learner is capable of
Sushma and Vanish on the impact of social media on health. Hello everyone, my name is Vanish. Sushma. Welcome to the Horizon Art Science and Autonomous. Our topic is impact of social media on health. Introduction. Social media has become an essential part of modern life, connecting people across the world and providing platforms for communication, entertainment, and information sharing. While it offers many benefits, such as promoting awareness about health issues and providing emotional support communities, it also has several negative effects on physical and mental health. Excessive use of social media can lead to problems like anxiety, depression, sleep disturbances, and low self-esteem, especially among young people. Objectives of study of the impact of social media on health. To examine the positive and negative effects of social media on physical and mental health. To analyze how the duration and frequency of social media is influence overall well-being. To understand the relationship between social media usage and issues such as anxiety, depression, and self-esteem. Methodology. The study on the impact of social media on health was conducted using both qualitative and quantitative studies. A structured personal was distributed to a sample of participants from different age groups to collect data about their social media usage patterns, definition of use, and perceived effects on their physical and mental health. The quantitative data are analyzed using statistical tools to identify trends and correlations between social media use and health outcomes. Data analysis. The data collected from personal and individuals were analyzed to understand the relationship between social media usage and health. Quantitative data were organized using tables and charts to show patterns such as number of hours spent on social media, the most commonly used platforms, and their effect on physical and mental health.
findings. The study evaluates several important findings about the impact of the social media on health. First one, high usage levels. Most participants reported spending more than 3 hours per day on social media, indicate heavy dependence on the digital platform. Mental health outcomes. A significant number of the users experience stress, depression due to the online comparison, such as the or the negative content. Positive impact. Social participants acknowledge the benefit of the social media, such as the access of information, motivation, fitness content, and online support of awareness for the work. Also, many users were aware of the negative impact of the excessive users. They found that difficult to limit their screen time. Age and gender difference. Younger users, especially teenagers and younger adults, were more affected mentally and emotionally compared to the older generation. Suggestion: limit screen time. Users should set daily and limit for social media use to prevent their addiction and reduce negative consequences. Promote the digital detox. Taking a regular break from the social media can help improve focus, sleep quality, and mental well-being. Encourage positive usage. Social media platforms should be used for educational purposes, health awareness, and constructive communication rather than comparison. Conclusion: the studies have concluded that social media has a profound impact on both physical and mental health. While it is offered many benefits such as spreading the health awareness, connecting the people, and providing emotional support, visiting and unread this can lead to serious problems like stress, depression, and sleep disturbance, etc. The findings highlight the importance of the needed awareness and approaches to the community. By practicing self-control, promote the positive online behavior, and encourage digital well-being education, individuals can enjoy and advantage of the social media without compromising their health. Thank you.
Pratiksha PL on education as a catalyst for social justice and community empowerment.
Good afternoon all. I am Pratisha from Vivekananda College School. Here I am going to present a paper on the topic of education as a catalyst for social justice and community empowerment. So, in an introduction, education is the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, values, beliefs, and habits through various forms of learning. Education is a fundamental human right and a crucial driver of social justice and community empowerment. It achieves this by equipping individuals with the necessary tools for critical thinking, increasing civic engagement, and providing avenues for economic stability and upward mobility. Methodology. Here I collect both primary and secondary data. So I have made a Google formation here. So first question, I asked them that their gender. I got 63 responses. So because in India there is gender discrimination in the context of educational opportunities. Gender inequality is one of the reasons for social injustice. So I asked them their gender. Here 13.2% male members and 69.8% female members are responded. So the second question, I have asked that their educational attainment. Most of them are skilled and pursuing different levels of education. A very less number of people completed or pursue primary and secondary level of education. 11.1% of respondents have completed or pursuing higher secondary education. 68.3% respondents are completed or pursuing graduation. 15.9 respondents completed or pursuing post-graduation. Most of the people are attaining graduation. This shows the increase in literacy rate. So the third question I have asked them, do they think education is the key tool for promoting equality and social justice? All the respondents responded as yes. So the fourth question is, do they think schools and universities play an important role in challenging discrimination? 87.3% people are responded as yes, and 12.7% are responded as no. Schools and universities often face significant structural, systematic, and cultural barriers that hinder the ability to fully challenge discrimination effectively. Because of these reasons, 12% might respond as no. So, in the conclusion, education is the pillar of social justice because it fosters equality and a sense of social responsibility. It empowers individuals and diverse groups. Education helps to break down social barriers. So, the reference is another conversation, Google and Egypt. Thank you.
The next year on same topic, education as a catalyst for social justice and community improvement.
And she is me. From Vivekananda College of Arts, Science and Commerce, our topic is education as a catalyst for social justice and community empowerment. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೇರಕ ಶಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಕಲಿಕೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮಾನವನ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾತ್ಮಕ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಚಿಂತನೆಗಳನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. Objectives of the study ಅಧ್ಯಯನದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ನ್ಯಾಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಉತ್ತೇಜಿಸುತ್ತದೆ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸುವುದು, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಮುದಾಯದ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರಿ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನಿಸುವುದು, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ವರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಚಣೆಯನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸುವುದು, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣ ಮತ್ತು ನ್ಯಾಯದ ಸಾಧನವಾಗಿ ಬಳಸುವ ತಂತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸುವುದು. ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಈ ಅಧ್ಯಯನವನ್ನು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ನಾವು ಆಧಾರಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ದತ್ತಾಂಶವನ್ನು ವಿವಿಧ ಮೂಲಗಳಿಂದ ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. Body of the paper. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಮಾನವ ಹಕ್ಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿ ಆಲೋಚಿಸಲು ಮತ್ತು ಗೌರವದಿಂದ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮುದಾಯದ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಳಜಿಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಬೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡುವ ತರಬೇತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕು. ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲಿಯಲು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಮಾನ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳನ್ನು ಒದಗಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಭೇದಭಾವ, ವರ್ಣ, ಜಾತಿ, ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಸಮಾನತೆಯನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣ ಮತ್ತು ಲಿಂಗ ಸಮಾನತೆಯನ್ನು ಉತ್ತೇಜಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ರಚನಾತ್ಮಕ ಚೇತನ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾನವ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ಅನ್ವಯಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಪಸಂಖ್ಯಾತರು, ದಲಿತರು ಮತ್ತು ಬಡವರ್ಗದ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮುನ್ನಡೆಯ ದಾರಿಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಮೌಲ್ಯ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರವೆಂದು ಖಂಡಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮುದಾಯದ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡುವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ. ನಾಯಕತ್ವ ಮತ್ತು ಸಕ್ರಿಯ ನಾಗರಿಕತೆಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಪಾತ್ರ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆಯ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಸಾಧಕರಾಗಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಕೇವಲ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಹಂಚುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ನೈತಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ನಾಗರಿಕ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವು ಸಮಾನ ಪ್ರವೇಶದ ಕೊರತೆ, ಲಿಂಗ ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಅಡೆತಡೆಗಳು, ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಮತ್ತು ತರಬೇತಿಗಳ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ಕೊರತೆ. ಈ ಶಿಫಾರಸು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನೀತಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಗಗಳಿಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಅವಕಾಶ, ಸಮುದಾಯದ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳುವಿಕೆ, ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣ, ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಳಕೆ. ಇನ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮುದಾಯ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಕೀಳುಕೈಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಬೌದ್ಧಿಕ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗೆ, ಆತನ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ, ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ನೈತಿಕ ಬಲವರ್ಧನೆಗೆ ಕಾರಣವಾಗಿದೆ. ನ್ಯಾಯಕಾರಿ ಮತ್ತು ರೂಪಾಂತರಕಾರಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಮೂಲಕ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಸಮಾನ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಸಾಧ್ಯ.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ವರ್ಷಿಣಿ ಮತ್ತು ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆ.
ಪ್ರಥಮ ಕಥಾವಿಭಾಗ ಕುಕ್ಕೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯೇಶ್ವರ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ. ಇದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಷಯ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದತ್ತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಪುನರ್ಕಲ್ಪನೆ, ಅಸಮಾನತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೃತಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆಯನ್ನು ಸಮಾಜ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆಗೆ ಬಳಸುವುದು. ಹೀಗೆ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಬದಲಾಗುತ್ತಿರುವ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವು ಸಮಾಜ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆಗಳ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಸಾಧನವಾಗಿದೆ. ಕೃತಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ತೆರೆದಿದೆ. ಇದು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಅಗತ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಪೂರೈಸುವುದಲ್ಲದೆ ಸಮಾನತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ನೋಡುವುದಾದರೆ ಪೀಠಿಕೆ, ಉದ್ದೇಶ, ವಿಧಾನ, ವಿಷಯ, ಸಲಹೆಗಳು, ಅಸಮಾನತೆಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಲಾಪ ಬರಬಹುದು ಹಾಗೂ ಉಪಸಂಹಾರ. ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯವು ಅದರ ಉದ್ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಲಿದ್ದ ಅರ್ಥಹೀನವಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯದ ಉದ್ದೇಶವನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡುವುದಾದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಮೂಲಕ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಅಸಮಾನತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡುವುದು, ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಕೃತಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆಯನ್ನು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸಲು ಬಳಸುವುದು, ಮೂರನೇದಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಮಾನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸುವುದು, ನಾಲ್ಕನೇದಾಗಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಸೃಜನಶೀಲತೆ, ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣಾ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ನೈತಿಕತೆಯನ್ನು ಉತ್ತೇಜಿಸುವುದು, ಐದನೇದಾಗಿ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಯುಗಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸುವುದು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಳವಡಿಸಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ವಿಧಾನಗಳು ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ
ಆಧಾರಿತ ಅಂಕಿಅಂಶಗಳ ಉಪಯೋಗ, ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಮತ್ತು ನಗರ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾನ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಸೌಕರ್ಯ ಒದಗಿಸುವುದು, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಳಕೆಯ ತರಬೇತಿ ನೀಡುವುದು ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಇದರ ವಿಧಾನಗಳಾಗಿವೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡುವುದಾದರೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸಮಾನತೆಗಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸವಾಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಬಡವರು ಮತ್ತು ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರ ನಡುವೆ, ನಗರ ಮತ್ತು ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಅಂತರವಿದೆ. ಕೃತಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಅಂತರವನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಲು ಸಹಕಾರಿ. ಅದು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಯ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಅಗತ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ಮಾದರಿಯನ್ನು ಒದಗಿಸಬಲ್ಲದು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಆಧಾರಿತ ಉಪಕರಣಗಳು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆಸಕ್ತಿದಾಯಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ.
ಅಸಮಾನತೆಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ನೋಡುವುದಾದರೆ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಸಮಾನ ಪ್ರವೇಶ, ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಕೃತಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆಯ AI ಬಳಕೆ, ಉಚಿತ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ನೀತಿಗಳು. ಸಲಹೆಗಳು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಖಾಸಗಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಸೇರಿ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬಲಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು. ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು AI ಉಪಯೋಗದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತರಬೇತಿ ಪಡೆಯಬೇಕು. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇವಲ ಅಂಕಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕೃತಿ ವಿಕಾಸಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಿಸಬೇಕು. ಉಪಸಂಹಾರ: ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಪುನರ್ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಎಂದರೆ ಕೇವಲ ಪಾಠಕ್ರಮಗಳ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸಮಾಜದ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸುವ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿ. ಕೃತಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆಯ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ಸಮಾನತೆ, ನ್ಯಾಯ ಮತ್ತು ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಿನ ಸಮಾಜವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಬಹುದು. ಈ ನವೀಕರಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೈಜೋಡಿಸಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಜವಾದ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಇಂದಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಮುಂದಿನ ಸಮಾಜ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಎಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತಿನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
I request Dr. Reimagining to speak few words about the presentation.
Very good afternoon, everyone. This is here. With the permission of all the senior faculty members and professors in the alliance, I would like to make some general observations. Let me congratulate all the paper presenters. We have their equal papers. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಜನರಲ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ನನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ರಿಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. I congratulate both the organizers and mentors who have motivated students to present papers. Okay. Let me give some observations. ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆದಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಚೂಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಹತ್ತಿರವಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುವಂತ ಸರಳವಾದಂತಹ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸುಲಭ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕುವುದು, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಟೈಟಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೇಪರ್ ಏನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು, ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ. ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ತುಂಬ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದದ್ದು. ಒಂದು ಪೇಪರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು, ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇಪರ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಶಬ್ದ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಈ ಪೇಪರ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅರ್ಥ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಇದೀಗ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದ ಪೇಪರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಗೆ ಸುಲಭ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಾದ ಕಾರಣ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಗೂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಏನು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಪೇಪರ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗೆ ಥೀಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದೊಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸೈಡ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ದು. ಯಾವ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕುವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಗ್ರತೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಚಾಟ್ ಜಿಪಿಟಿ, ಗೂಗಲ್ ಅಂತ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಡಿ. ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕುವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತೆಗೆದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇಪರ್ಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಕೊನೆಯ ಪೇಪರ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ಪುನರ್ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವವರಿಗೆ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಆನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯೂಸೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಪೇಪರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೀಗ ಕಾರಣ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಂಗ್ಸೈಟಿ, ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಈಗಾಗಲೂ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 15 ದಿನ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ನೀವು ಬರೀತೀರ. ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿನ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತದ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್, ಅದೇ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ನಾಳೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವುದೇ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನರನ್ನು ಅಂದಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಗಿವ್ ದಮ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್ ಟು sit and listen to the young friends who are representing all the team of the conference. Congratulations once again to the organizers and thank you very much for the opportunity.
We have come to the end of this technical session. I thank today's session chair Dr. Reimagining. I request Dr. Subrahmanya to hand over the plenary. Reimagining. I understand Dr. Vidya is today's rapporteur. I also request Dr. Sheshapalli to come over this. I request Dr. Raghuvendra to hand over the movement to Dr. Sheshapalli. Thank you for all the participants and the paper presenters.
Every daily cost of it. Good afternoon, everyone. Enriched minds and grateful hearts denote providing social confidence and stability. I now invite Mr. Manglore, Department of Sociology, to kindly expound on the Dr. Vivekananda, retired professor of sociology, Dr. Rajendra, secretary, Manglore Sociology Education and associate professor, Government Degree College, Mr. Cardoni, Dr. Vinesh P. Principal, PSS College, Subrahmanya, IQAC College, International, Department of Commerce and Management, PSS College, Subrahmanya, Dr. B.S. HOD, Sociology, Vivekananda College of Arts, Science and Commerce of Puttur, Mrs. R.P.K., Faculty, Department of Sociology, PSS College. To begin the session, I warmly invite Dr. Vidya S. Head, Department of Sociology, Vivekananda College of Arts, Science and Commerce of Puttur, to deliver the welcome address.
Please. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಎದುರಿಸಿದ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಲೋಷಿಯಸ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಪಾಲ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎನ್ಎಸ್ಸಿಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಗಿರಿಧರ್ ರಾವ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎನ್ಎಸ್ಸಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಆಗಿರುವ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಅವರನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರನ್ನ ಅವರ ಅನುಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರ ಭೇಟಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಓಡಾಡಲು ತಡ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಮಿಸ್ ಲತಾ ಬಿಬಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗ, ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಾದ ಮನೋಹರ್, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕಿಯಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Thank you, madam, for a warm and gracious welcome. It's now time to present the role of the discussion from our guided speaker. We are privileged to have with us Dr. Richard Paris, retired professor of sociology, St. Aloysius College, Manglore. Sir, please show your talk.
Respected persons of the dais, and persons of the dais, my dear students, we are a very fruitful discussion today. It was unexpected. This was really my first visit to this town, and of course I had chance to helpful also, and good atmosphere. The college is situated in a good atmosphere. So, of course, I have no time. In fact, in the sense, therefore, yesterday I asked Dr. Vivekananda, did you get the invitation from the college? Then he said, why don't you see your WhatsApp? Because I don't have the habit of seeing WhatsApp. And I also aware that my name was there, project address was mine. Because as you see, that I never give up chances. Is there. And I also advise you, whenever you get a chance, don't give up your chances. You will not get them again. So, education is very important to the individual, group and society. Education makes a person or a forms a person as he is. And we discussed about bridging the inequality. So there are so many types of inequalities in education. For example, the caste problem. Of course, the government has done by bringing about reservation. Some compensation has been made to the backward classes. So in this connection, of course, I do not have a formal speech related to the topic, but I have got some ideas here. And in our education, first of all, we should have some ideas, and ideas are important, and we have to work on these ideas. For example, today when Vivekananda was speaking about coastal Karnataka, I thought it is a very important topic, and we should have a seminar on socio-economic development of coastal Karnataka. Maybe within a year or two, I will plan this seminar in Manglore. Sometimes we find that, or we often ask, where do we get ideas? Because men get ideas from different persons, different situations, and we have to perfect these situations. As for me, I also get diabetic patient, and sometimes I don't get sleep in the night. So I think I get ideas, and I start writing. Of course, I have written already 20 books, and within writing 2 more books. I have already completed 74. So I thought before I complete 75, I will complete 2 more books. So this is very fine. These are my ideas which change often. Now in education, what we should do, or when you write books, etc., whatever you do, you have to clear ideas. And that is what great people have done. For example, in sociology, we have got the reference group theory, modern reference group theory. Now, Martin has observed people, ordinary people, comparing themselves with others. As you compare, if you are in a higher place, you feel very proud. If you are in a lower place, you feel very bad about it. In this way, you weigh like to be. So, in this way, you find that then it starts with social mobility. Or you find that any Durkheim theory of 2 sides. And in this, Durkheim says that man is integrated into his society. To what extent is integrated in society is important. Suppose not very integrated, he may commit suicide. Then we find that we do a lot of research. And of course, in the morning speech, the principal said you have to jot it down and send it to the government and our ideas, etc. You find that it is a very big gap. For example, I have worked on one paper for 2 months. I was really worried about the floods in India. So how to solve this problem of floods? Of course, if you see that in UP and Bihar, you find that the major river is there. the bridge is 6 kilometers, the river is so broad. So I written an article after reflecting all the flood control mechanisms in India. Of course, I analyzed everything. Why there are floods? We find that our rivers are full. You find that always there are landslides, mud is coming down, etc. And the best way is to deepen the river and put the mud to the sideways. And I said to central government, I said to government of Bihar, government of UP, Karnataka, etc. Only I got one response from government of Bihar that we have received your paper, a good paper, and is sent to disaster management department. That's all. So who is going to look after your ideas? Which you write down, you present in books, present in papers, conferences, etc. Of course, this is a training ground for the teachers and students to present the ideas, etc. And we can develop on these. Then you also find that you have to consider the individual differences among the students. When you educate students, you consider the individual differences. Of course, you measure, you have got artificial intelligence, but you have to measure the natural intelligence. Usually it is by asking certain questions to individuals of their age. It is related to that age and intelligence, and usually 100 is the IQ, and you find that average score is between 85 to 150, and you find that those who are above 115 are considered to be above average, and you find that those who are above 130 they are gifted special, and those who have got below 85 or below 70 they are mentally retarded. They have to have special. We have got in India special schools for them. But in America, they do not have special schools. In 1998, I had an opportunity to go to Canada to present a paper, and on my way, I returned via America because I had got relatives there, and my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, had 3 daughters, and very sad. First one is mentally retired. Second one was polio, physically retired, and third was not. So I asked my brother-in-law, how do they educate people in America? He said, for the physically handicapped, you just have a wheelchair and keep the wheelchair in front of the house, and the bus comes, it has got a fork, and you lift the fork and keep it in the bus. And your job is over, you takes the child to the school, and same way, lift the wheelchair and keeps it down, and the class is taken. Then for the mental retarded, there are no special schools in America. He said that at the beginning of the year, the teacher, the headmaster, the parents sit together and they discuss how many lessons these have to study. So suppose normal students study 15 lessons, the mental retarded of IQ of 70 or 80 only study 5 lessons. Of course, I have got a funny incident in our college that once there were foreign students in our college. There were 3 UAE students, United Arab Emirates. They are not migrants from India, but they are original Arabs. And they were in my first year class. Then I saw that they did not know any English. I don't know Arabic. And they do not know Kannada also. So how to teach them? This is a very big problem. So I went to the principal, I said, Father, why have they taken them? They don't even know a word of English. And better if they let them remain outside for us, let them get some coaching in English, and after 1 year we can admit them. He said, no, we can't do that. They have come through the government of India, so we have to admit them. Please try to see educate them. Then what I did was that I followed the same method which I got in America. So I called one clever among the 3 clever fellows and gave him one question of 10 marks out of 100. And he said, you study only this one, and write. Then when I got the paper, he has given blank paper. I scolded him. Why didn't you write anything? You have got blank. Then said, no sir, I have written something. Where? Show me. In the last page. I said, this is not Arabic, this is English. You have to start on the first page. So you got the joke. And with this they include, in the second examination, I told them, I gave 20%. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell Indian students. Only for you. And they were very happy. With that, we find that one student passed his third year with first, second, and third back. So two students came back. So in this we find that we have to see Indian differences. Now in my class, I see that all the students are studying well. Of course, those who get above 90, very rarely you get. I don't give them any homework. Because I tell them, go to the library and review a book. So no homework for them. Those who get first class, only once a week homework. Those who get second class, twice a week. Those who get third class, thrice a week. And those who fail daily. So in this way, nobody used to fail in my class because you have to be after them. And I used to ask them, do you come to college for failing? No, you have to pass. So in this way, you find that we have to take special consideration to different people, consider their difficulties or differences, and encourage. Another point is that encourage questioning habits. People today, so they are presenting very well. And once I was even violent against women, I remember one lady presented, I was studying the same thing in the class, and one student from the northeast, he is asking me, sir, will you beat up your wife? Very embarrassing. So was he asking public? Then I told, no, I don't beat up my wife. Wife is not meant for beating. You have to love your wife. Okay, that's the point. So in this way, but then one more student, he asked me in the class itself, sir, you are getting so much salary. You don't need salary. Are you going to have to some poor students? And that is the idea that rich teachers should help the poor students. I said, see, I used to help the hostel students because they used to come to me and borrow money, and they say, when I get my father's money, I will give you. But they are not returning. So I stopped helping them. So in this way, you got your point. So in this way, you find that. Then we find that last point, closing, 6 to 7, only 6 minutes are over, one more thing. So, encourage the person on performance. You find that Albert Parsons has said, why there are differences among the Indians. You know why? You find that, first of all, possessions. If you are born in a rich family, you become rich. Then quality, you see some students are very clever, and they do well in future. And thirdly, performance. So I also used to counsel many of the students, and one fellow I thought, he was waiting in my degree class. I asked him, what are your marks in SSC? 90%. What are your marks in second PUC? 40%. And degree failed. So I went to his house, met his father. Father said, if he just passes his year, he has got a very good job in America. But he never passed. Whatever I did, because the boy is spoiled by the time he came to PUC, because he got just marks of 40. So it is a fact that you have to see that the students do well. Of course, in the University College, we always stress that the students bring out the best in them. That is our motto, that is what we try. So this we find that this was a very fruitful day, and many people presented papers, and I appreciate Vidya for encouraging students very much. that we have come up. And I'm sure your students will become sociology lecturers, so they are more interested by psychology. But still, I'm sure they will become sociology lecturers and become professors and get high social status in society. So I thank you, the organizers, principal, everybody, for giving me an opportunity to speak. So thank you.
Thank you very much sir, for your inspiring words and valuable insights.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy to have our beloved principal, Dr. Dinesh P, the president of this valedictory ceremony, who has joined us a few minutes ago. A very warm welcome to you, sir. And we are also delighted to welcome Mr. Lata P, our IQAC coordinator and the head of the Department of Commerce and Management. A warm welcome to you also.
Now, we have Dr. Rajendra K, Secretary, National Sociology Association, and Associate Professor, GLC Acharya to be issuing his reflections.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಸಮಯದ ಅಭಾವ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎರಡೇ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. First of all, I would like to congratulate Kukke Subrahmanyeshwara College hosting this conference in a very methodical and systematic manner. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಈ ಬಂದದಂತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿನ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಕರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಷಯದ ಕುರಿತು ಮತ್ತು BA ಪದವಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕುಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ದಿನೇಶ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೆ ಮನೋವರಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮಂತ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕಾಲೇಜು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳು. ನಾನು AV ಹಾಲ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಬಹಳ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ AV ಹಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ತೊಡಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೇವಲ ಅವರವರ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದೆ ಅವರು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮೈಕರ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಅದು ಕುರ್ಚಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ನಾನು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇವರಿಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೋಜ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೂರು ಜನರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿರುವ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಷಯದ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಂತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಇದು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PhD ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಮೂರು ಜನ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಧಾರವಾಡದಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕೀನೋಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಜಯಶ್ರೀ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ವಿನಯ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು, ಹಾಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣುತ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಇವರು ಪಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅವರು, ಅವರ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಹೊಸ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ಗಳು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ. ಸೊ ಅವರ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಿರಿತನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಯುವ ಉತ್ಸಾಹಿ ಕರುಣ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಗಿರಿಧರ್ ರಾವ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ತನ್ನನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟುಗಳಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಯಶಸ್ವಿಗೊಳಿಸುವಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂತಹ 10 ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ ಈ KSS ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ
I now request Mrs. Lata Bindi, IQAC Coordinator, Head Department of Commerce and Management, Kukke Subrahmanyeshwara College, Subrahmanya, to address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವವರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ವೇದಿಕೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೂ ಕೆಲವು ಪೇಪರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಪೇಪರ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಕೆಲವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವಿಚಾರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಚರ್ಚೆಗಳಾಯಿತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡೋದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ there should not be any inequalities. We should witness so that we should maintain equality among all, so that we can succeed or all will come forward and will achieve something in our life. Where there is equality, we cannot get any success. Therefore, I witnessed this seminar and I also thank Department of Sociology for organizing such a seminar. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging message. To guide and inspire us further, I now invite our principal, Dr. Dinesh, to deliver the presidential remarks.
Good evening, everybody. It's almost over. Usually we don't conduct a variety function because of short of time. However, the Department of Sociology has conducted a variety function, and the Dr. Richard Payas has given a very good, very good address. And I think all the paper persons have presented well. They have expressed their opinion regarding the seminar topic is concerned. I saw that there are variety of papers like mental health in classrooms, importance of education in colleges, inequality of discrimination in the education system, etc. But there are only a couple of papers on artificial intelligence and how it helps the education system. And the thing is that in India we have just introduced to this artificial intelligence system, and we need more time to check whether it is very much helpful for us or not. So in a couple of years we make a good data regarding this artificial intelligence concept. So while for example, by introducing the mobile phones, everybody thought that it was beneficial to the community or to the people. So after that, we see that how the smartphone are ruining the life of students. So very close that it's a double-edged sword. On one side, it's very much helpful for students, but on the other side, if we use for any other purpose, it will be a harmful for students. Like this AI also, artificial intelligence also. On the one way, it's very much helpful for the community or the society or the people or the citizens. But on the other side, it has some remote drawbacks or problems. So in 1 or 2 years, we will get a lot of data regarding how it helps, how it affects the people. So anyway, the Department of Sociology, the Manglore Sociology Association has done a wonderful job. I thank all the office bearers of Manglore Sociology Association, the Department of Sociology, Vivekananda, Puttur, and Department of Sociology, Subrahmanyeshwara for conducting this beautiful seminar. And it's my honor to thank all the paper professors who have done well and who came all the way from some place from Puttur, Kukke, and Manglore to witness our college. And they should come also. Cases called always with the Manglore Sociology Association in the future endeavors also. And I hope you have enjoyed our hospitality, and our efforts of students are very good. This is quality is another name for discipline, and our students are very good in discipline. And one more thing, that Temple has always with us in giving many help, like to provide food and all also. So in the year to come, if Manglore University Sociology Association want to find any kind of problem, and cases college is always with us. And it's my I thank all the participants and presenters for your wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you sir, for your motivating and thoughtful words. As a token of appreciation, I now request the President, Dr. Dinesh P. to present the memento for English guest, Dr. Richard Pais, retired Professor of Sociology, St. Aloysius College, Manglore, who has delivered a wonderful valedictorian speech. I also request to offer a memento to Dr. Rajendra, Secretary, MSc and Associate Professor, GITC Archakadu, who was the moderator for today's technical session. Every successful event is a result of teamwork, dedication and support. To express our gratitude, I invite Mr. Manglore, Head of the Department of Sociology, to propose the vote of thanks.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ಹಾಗೂ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮುಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತರೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕುಕ್ಕೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯೇಶ್ವರ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗ ಮತ್ತು ಪುತ್ತೂರಿನ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗ ಹಾಗೂ ಆಂತರಿಕ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟದ ಸಂತೋಷ ಮತ್ತು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಸಂಘದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ನಡೆಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೇವೆಯ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸುವುದು ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಿಗೂ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿ ನಿಂತಿರುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ದಿನೇಶ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ನಿವೃತ್ತ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಾದ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಪಾಯಸ್ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಪಾಯಸ್ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರವಾಗಿ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಸಂಘದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿರುವ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಗಿರಿಧರ್ ಪಾಯಸ್ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. MSc Secretary ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಕೆ, ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ JFC ಅಗ್ರವಾಲ್ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರವಾಗಿ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣವೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ನಾವು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ IQAC ಸಂಯೋಜಕರಾದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಲತಾದೇವಿ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರವಾಗಿ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ನನ್ನ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳೇ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿನಾಯಕ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಇಂದಿನ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳೇ ಆಧಾರಿಕೆ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ನಡೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹಲವಾರು ಮುಖ್ಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಕಾರಣ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿನಾಯಕ್ ಸರ್. ಇವರು ಕಳೆದ ಕೆಲವು ಸಮಯದಿಂದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ 3 ತಿಂಗಳಾದ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನನಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡೇಟ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೌದು ಸರ್, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವು ನಾನು ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ನೆನಪಿದೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಿದೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ. ಏನು ಒಂದಿದ್ರು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಲ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನಗೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಹೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಸಾರಿ. ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಅಪ್ಪ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನ್ಗೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಯಿತು, ಡಿಲೇ ಕೂಡ ಆಯಿತು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಾರಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ ನನಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಅನಂತ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವಂತವರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜಯೇಶ್ವರ ಇವರು ನಮಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ PhD ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಬರೆಯಲಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಆಭಾರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಕೆಲವು ಪದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸುಧಾರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂದಿನ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಉಪ್ಪಿನಕಾಯಿ, ಹಪ್ಪಳ, ಹೋಳಿಗೆ, ತುಪ್ಪ, ಮೊಸರು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಇದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಂತಿಮ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗ, ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಥಮ ಸಮಾಜಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಭಾಗದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ನೀಡಿದರೆ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವವರು, ಹಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈಗ ಎನ್ಸಿಯ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಮಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಆಂಗ್ಲ ಭಾಷಾ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥ ಶ್ರೀಲಂಕಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಆಂಗ್ಲ ಭಾಷಾ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕಿ ದಿವ್ಯಾಂಗಕ್ಕೆ ಇವರಿಗೂ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂಡ ಒಂದು ಉಪದೇಶಕ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಸ್ಮರಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ಊಟದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಹಾಲ್ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಹಾಯ, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕರನ್ನ ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕೇತರ ಮೃತರ ಬಂಧುಗಳನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮರಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಒಂದೇ ಮಾತಲ್ಲಿ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಹಾಗೂ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಬಂಗಾಳದ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾ ವಿರಮಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ.
Thank you, the beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. Beautiful. Thank you everyone for being part of this beautiful seminar. With that, we conclude the guided session. Have a pleasant evening.